Okay, what's up everybody? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to this episode of Atlantic Ocean Watch. So, the last video that I made for you guys concerned my long-term review of this Schroeder vintage Pilot's watch that I'm currently wearing. If you want to see that video, go into the description for this video and you'll see the following picture that pops up, and that's the video that I'm referring to. I also made an unboxing video before that, also about this timepiece when I first got this Schroeder. But this video is about an Invicta watch that this watch here reminded me of. I had mentioned that this watch reminded me of an Invicta that I already owned in my last video, and that Invicta is this one here. And like a lot of watches I have from back in the day, some of them need straps, some of them need batteries, and some of them need to be repaired. This is one that needs to be repaired. This is the Invicta model number 14636 I-Force. And the sad story about this is I got this when I was first really getting into watches. I think my first watch that I really got into was an Android watch. It was some kind of there was like this kind of chubby guy on cable that came on. I wish I could remember was it Home Shopping Network or was it QVC? I don't know. It might have been QVC, but he does like watches all the time. And this other guy. I got an Android, and that kind of got me into the watches. But then I think my next couple of timepieces were Invicta Russian divers, which I've covered before on this channel. I'll try to leave a link for those videos in the description. But I mentioned on that last video that I really like this watch. It is way too big for my small wrist, as I've learned more about watches and about proportions and sizes. Since my wrist is so small, even the Schroeder is probably a little bit too big. Some might say, but I like it and I'm just going to wear it. And this one here is definitely too big, and if it wasn't broken I would definitely wear it. Well, really what's wrong with it is, the major gripe that I have with it is this mineral crystal here. The watch was dropped and that damage occurred, and you know, if I drop a watch from about waist high, in my opinion it should not break. This one had that issue there with the crystal. The reason that the watch failed was because these pins here, the pins in here are very weak. What happened was, some of you guys remember me when I used to be Rideshare 757. Some of those videos are still up, most of them are gone. And I drive tour buses for a living. I still do that, but I also drive some transit now as well because of the current world situation. Transit is just more stable right now than the tour bus world, so I'm doing transit. But I was dropping a group of people off. We had just come back from a Young Life Christian camp, Lake Champion, New York State, beautiful place. And I was back here in Virginia Beach working for Fun Tours at that time, and I was offloading their luggage, and twice offloading their luggage, hitting the luggage with some force, undid the pin. The watch fell off, hit the deck, did it twice now, and broke. And I was very disappointed. And this one reminds me of, well, the Schroeder rather reminds me of this one, because it's a simple round case, and then of course you have this knurling, I guess, design here on it, and this kind of has a bigger version of that, big chunkier version of that, and it kind of reminded me of that with this timepiece. And that's a gripe that I have with Invicta. There's a thing out there, either love Invictas or hate them, and I hope Invicta ends up watching this, because one thing they need to do with this watch to make it really a great watch is, one, it would be nice if they would make this not only in a quartz version, but an affordable, when I say affordable, no more than 300, affordable automatic version, using, say, like a Nayota movement or something like that. The second thing I wish they would do to this watch and many of their watches is not use mineral crystal, actually use a sapphire crystal, with the anti-reflective coating. And the third thing, especially with this timepiece here and also the Russian divers I've talked about before, is their straps. Your straps and the connection points between the straps and the case of the watch need to be strong. They cannot be weak. They cannot be weak. A lot of people that buy your watches, Invicta, that like your style of the watches that you have to offer, we work average Joe jobs, a lot of us. I am a bus driver for a transit organization, and I'm also a executive and VIP motor coach captain. As a matter of fact, for those of you from Rideshare 757 days, I'm currently involved with and used to drive for a former Virginia state senator, hauling around business people, important people at the state and federal government level. So that's what I do. But even because of that, I'm still an average Joe. And when we buy something in Invicta, we want it to last. We don't want the crystal to break. We don't want problems with the strap. You guys remember the Russian diver gripe video I made? There should be something that pops up, and if you see that picture, you know, when you're going through my videos, that's the video I'm talking about. Look at that one, and I'll tell you about my gripe with the Russian divers. I love Invicta's style. It is a shame that they've been around for such a long time. They've been around for a while, and yet they're producing timepieces that look great but are not durable. Well, I won't say most of them, but too many of them. I had reviewed another Invicta timepiece on this channel that I gave to my youngest niece. That timepiece is holding up, thank God. But this one here, sadly, this was actually my favorite timepiece for a while. Or a short while rather, but then of course this happened. I searched online because I'm thinking about getting another one to see if Invicta has fixed the problem with the pins on this timepiece. And hopefully they have replaced this crystal with a sapphire crystal and got rid of the mineral crystal, but I doubt it. And it's sad because in my tour bus travels, I've been to the Invicta store at Lenox Mall in Atlanta, Georgia. And people there were nice, great selection, very knowledgeable, wonderful people. I've also more recently been, before the pandemic, I've been to the Invicta store in Times Square in New York City. And people there were great as well. Fabulous stores in both locations. It's really a shame, Invicta, that a really nice looking watch like this is not very durable. Invicta, for the same price, roughly, as what you're giving people to choose from, people can go buy a Shortavelli, like one of the two Shortavellis I reviewed here on this channel, and find a watch with a better movement inside of it, find a watch that is more durable, and also find a watch in many cases that's actually more affordable. And it's a shame because, again, Invicta has been around for a long time, and I really, for those of you that like watches, if you've ever broken a watch that you really love, you understand where I'm coming from. And that's where I'm coming from with this video. I really love this watch. I may buy another one just to have one, but if I do, I will probably go to a local watchsmith of some kind and inquire before I buy it using this old one and see if they have pins that are much stronger that will hold in place as opposed to the crap that unfortunately comes on this one. Again, I'm not going to snap it off because I don't want to fuss with putting it back on, especially here in the sand, dropping this pin in the sand, but nonetheless, that's my gripe. Invicta, you have some really great designs, and it is a shame that you do not do better with the quality of some of your timepieces. This one here, the model 14636, for example, and a couple of the Russian diver models that I've talked about before on this channel. It is a shame because you guys have some really great designs, and it was because of companies like Android, which I've mentioned, which I just mentioned in this video, and of course, like I mentioned on this channel before, Invicta, that have got me into liking watches. But it's a shame that you are not taking better or more pride in your watchmaking for having been around for such a long time. from the beach here at Sandbridge Beach here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. This is Atlantic Ocean Watch. I appreciate you guys considering my thoughts. If you like this channel, and if you want to help this channel grow, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new videos to this YouTube channel. Also, there will be a link to Wish, and also a link to another funding app. If you would like to help fund the channel, please use those links to do so. Whatever you can contribute is greatly appreciated, because again, I'm just an average Joe. I drive transit buses and, of course, VIP and executive tour buses for a living. And so whatever support you guys can give me, I really do appreciate that. Again, from Sandbridge Beach here in beautiful Virginia Beach, Virginia, Atlantic Ocean Watch. Everybody be well, and Invicta, I hope you're watching this video. This is really a great watch with so much potential, but because of the cheap glass on it and because of the cheap pins on it, it really ruins what I consider to be a great watch. And even though it's way oversized for my tiny wrist, and a lot of people, I don't care that it's oversized. This is such potential, and it's a shame that you guys did not do a better job in manufacturing and testing this watch for durability for the average person, or any consumer for that matter. Because whether you're rich or not so wealthy like I am, not so wealthy, when we buy things, we want those things to last. We don't want them to fall apart. And I tip my hat to Shirley for making timepieces that are in the realm of affordable for most people, that provide good quality timepieces at a price that will not break. Thank you. Take care.